Hey everyone, I hope you're having such a lovely week. I'm so excited to share this with you because I've been talking about Ayurveda for a really long time and I've been waiting to try and figure out a way to share it on YouTube. So I thought I'd start off with this. And these are the 10 food rules that I was taught by my teacher, Dr. Halpin. He is the founder of the California College of Ayurveda. He said to us that it's not what you eat, it's how you eat that's important. And he said that 90% of our gut issues or our conditions that we have are caused because of how we eat, not what we eat. He gave us these 10 food rules, and he said that many of the people that he has seen in clinics throughout years and years of his work, he noticed that just by giving them these 10 food rules, ignoring even like the actual conditions that they had, starting them off with these 10 food rules and letting them follow it for a minimum of a month made a phenomenal difference on their health. And so I thought I'd share them with you. They are 10 nuggets of wisdom that I genuinely feel have made a difference to me, and I hope will make a difference to you too. Why don't you have some more?
Yeah, no, I think I'm 3/4 satisfied, which is perfect.
In Ayurveda, it recommends that we eat till we are 3/4 satisfied. Not full, but satisfied.
Overeating increases the production of free radicals in our body, which affects the process of aging and accelerates it. It also overloads our digestion. This means that our food may not be digested properly, which means that food is left in our stomach and ferments and leads to toxins building up in our body. One tip that I can give from my own personal experience of overeating is to be mindful when we're eating, practicing conscious eating. And that's simple things like cutting up our food into smaller pieces, taking time while we're eating to chew, count the amount of times that you are chewing. All these little things can really make a difference in us overeating. Our body needs time to know that we are full. Our mind needs time to know that we are full. And so we have to give time for our mind and our body to align and send signals to one another to let us know that we've had enough. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be mad about this one. It's because it's eat your dessert before dinner.
1, 0.
I guess I had hot water before. So I bet this one was a bit of a surprise to you, but in Ayurveda it says that if you are wanting to have something sweet, either have it before your meal or have it as a snack between your meals. This is because sweet foods or sugars actually take a longer period of time to digest. So let's say you've eaten your meal and then you have your dessert after, your body will actually prioritize digesting the sweet stuff. And so it will put aside the meal that you've just had and focus on the sugars instead. Don't drink large amounts of water with your meals. Drinking large amounts of water with your meal actually ends up slowing down your digestive process. The acids in your stomach that are meant for digestion get diluted, and so it takes a longer period of time that your food is in your stomach for, which again ends up leading it to ferment and can build up toxins. So if you do want to drink with your meal, make sure you're taking small sips throughout your meal and a maximum of half a cup. You're going to throw in your cucumbers, a little bit of salt, and then don't forget to sprinkle some love, and some more love. Eat food prepared with love. Cooking with love and positive intention can genuinely affect how your food is digested. The term prasad in Sanskrit, which I've spoken about many times, actually means food that's cooked with love, seasoned with devotion, offered to God, sealed with a prayer, and served with joy. In Ayurveda, it really emphasizes that the energy, the intention, and the mindset that we have while we're cooking is infused into the food. And so cooking with a clear mindset, with positive energy can really actually help us digest our food better. And more importantly, if we are cooking for other people, having that in mind too, because then we are affecting them with our mindset and our intentions too. Cooking with love is an essential part of optimal digestion. In this way, food ends up not being just something that nourishes your body, but it can have the opportunity, if cooked in this way, to nourish your mind and soul too. Eat without distractions. It's become very natural for us to have our meals while doing something else, whether it's a quick lunch break where we're still working and eating in between, whether it's watching TV while we're eating our dinners, watching something on our phone, scrolling through social media. And actually, it says that food is such a sacred part of our day. Food is something that we have to realize nourishes our body, that allows us to exist and carry out every single thing that we need to do during the day. And so, as a sign of respect towards the food, and also a sacred moment in our day, we should eat with no distractions. Ideally sitting in a place with no external noise, even no music on. Silence is such a beautiful way to appreciate something, and our meal should be no different. And that doesn't mean that you have to sit in silence and say nothing with your partner if you're having a lovely meal, but it just means having a calming space, a calming environment that you're eating can make a huge difference. Avoid cold drinks and fizzy beverages. Having iced drinks with your meal can actually dampen your digestion, making it harder for your food to digest. But also having fizzy drinks, it increases the gas that's produced in your body, which means that afterwards, the discomfort that you might feel after eating a meal is probably to do with that rather than the meal that you're actually eating. Avoid snacking. It is recommended that we have a minimum of 3-hour gap between our meals. I know that there are many schools of thought that suggest that we have mini meals: breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, a dinner, and a snack afterwards. But according to Ayurveda, this actually disrupts our digestive cycle, and it doesn't give our stomach enough time to rest in between meals, but also for our first meal to be digested before we then load on the next. The analogy that's given is of a rice cooker. So imagine you are cooking rice, and then halfway through you decide to add in some more raw rice, and then half an hour later you decide to add on some more raw rice. By the end of it, you will either have extremely mushy rice to start with, or if you take it out at the time that the first rice was put in, your other rice won't be cooked yet. And it's the same thing with our digestion. We have to allow our body to digest food one thing at a time before we overload it with the next meal. And that way our body is able to digest fully, and again, like we said, no toxins therefore will be produced. Every boy, every girl, spice up your life. Add spices to your food. I'm not sure whether you've noticed, but I really love spices. I really recommend adding spices to your foods as much as possible. Spices will slowly become your medicine box once you understand the beautiful varieties and qualities of spices. There's a different spice for everything, whether it's gas, whether it's bloating, whether it's respiratory, whether it's congestion, whether it's for your mind. There are so many different spices that have so many different qualities and can affect your body differently. I personally feel like my spice box is like a protective armor that helps keep my body feeling optimum. It is optimum. Walk after you eat. Sitting or lying down straight after a meal is a big no-no. It actually squashes your digestive organs and doesn't allow them the space that they need to carry out what they are meant to do. So if you want to, maybe go for a little stroll in the park, go for a little romantic walk down the beach, go knock on your neighbor's door and have a little chat, have a little gossip. Oh wait, maybe don't do the gossip, but have a little chat and enjoy each other's company. But whatever you do, don't sit down in front of the TV and squash your lovely digestive organs. For as long as I can remember, my parents actually go for a walk every single night after their meal. Gentle walk, a gentle stroll for about 30 minutes. And then you can come back and take a seat and do your leisure activities in the evening. But I should also suggest that you leave a 3-hour gap, or at least a 2-hour gap before you sleep, which again, for the same reasons, you are squashing your digestive organs and not letting them do their job. So 3-hour gap between meals, but also a 3-hour gap between your evening meal and your sleep time. Eat your largest meal in the afternoon. Our body is in tune with nature, and so just as the sun is at its peak and strongest in the afternoon, our body is exactly the same. So actually having our largest meal in the afternoon is recommended. That's when our digestion is the strongest. So having your largest meal in the afternoon and a smaller, lighter meal that's less complex with less flavors and also less ingredients is recommended in the evening. So this either may sound really easy to you or it may sound overwhelming. Either way, I would recommend starting off with a couple at a time. You don't have to try and do all of them at once, but incorporate 1 or 2 of them one week, and then the next week add in another, and the next week add in another. And hopefully by 10 weeks time, you will have incorporated all of them into your lifestyle, and they should become second nature to you. It may take a bit longer than that, but I guarantee you, you will probably start noticing a difference just by incorporating 1 or 2. So I hope that this is useful for you, and I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you do end up trying these, I would love to hear some feedback too. Sending you all so much love and gratitude, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you liked this video, or even if you didn't like it at all, subscribe anyway, leave a comment and a message so I can get to know you, just as you are getting to know me.